Hello and a very warm welcome to thorough newspaper analysis for 30th of March, which is brought to you by LawSikho. Now let's advance to the agenda for today. At the very outset, we're going to have a look at some of the important national and international news updates. This is going to be followed by two legal news updates for the day. And at the very end, we're going to have a discussion on an editorial which was published in the Indian Express. This editorial essentially is with respect to the ongoing succession dispute in the Dawood Bohra community. Moving on to the TNA, the first update of the TNA, which is in the segment of personalities. So recently, an IPS officer by the name of Krishna Prakash, he has become the first person in history to swim from Gateway of India to Elephanta Caves, Mumbai, in just 5 hours and 26 minutes. This was done as part of an ongoing drowning prevention awareness campaign. Moving on to the next update, which is from this world of sports. So recently, Indian football legend Sunil Chhetri, he has scored his 85th international goal to win the Tri-National International Football Tournament with a 2-0 win over Kyrgyzstan Republic at the Khuman Lampak Stadium in Imphal. With this goal, he overtook Hungary's Ferenc Puskás as the fifth highest goal scorer in the history of football, and he is overall third in the list of active footballers with the most goals behind only Ronaldo and Messi. Moving on to the next update, which is in the segment of national news. So recently, the Union Environment Ministry has announced that it will soon notify the Dibang Tiger Reserve in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The officials of the National Tiger Conservation Authority has confirmed this particular update. Once ये जो टाइगर रिजर्व है ये नोटिफाई हो जाएगा तो दिबांग जो टाइगर रिजर्व है इट इज़ गोइंग टू बिकम द फर्स्ट इन इंडिया टू हैव बीन एस्टैब्लिश एट द हाईएस्ट ऑल्टीट्यूड व्हेन इट कम्स टू टाइगर रिजर्व्स एंड दिस इज लार्जेस्ट इन एरिया ऑल्सो at 4,149 square kilometers, the ministry confirmed. On the occasion of 50 years of the Project Tiger, the authority chief, who is SP Yadav, उन्होंने कहा था कि in our country as of today अभी हाल फिलहाल में 53 टाइगर रिजर्व्स हैं इन इंडिया एंड बहुत सारे और भी अनाउंस होंगे एंड ये जो अनाउंसमेंट हुई है ये इसी के तहत है. Moving on to the next update in the national segment itself. So this was announced by Aditya Birla Capitals, the holding company of the financial services business of Aditya Birla Group. This company, it will exit its insurance broking business by selling Aditya Birla Insurance Brokers to Samara Capital for an upfront payment of rupees 4,455 crore. Now coming on to the next update, which is again in the segment of national news, and it is coming from the state of Nagaland. So recently the Nagaland Assembly, which is a 60-member assembly, it has resolved to repeal Nagaland Municipal Act. It has unanimously made this resolution to repeal the Act of 2001 with immediate effect, thereby negating the possibility of the state holding the elections to the urban local bodies with 33% of the seats reserved for women. Now at this point in time मेरे पास एक क्वेश्चन है. रिसेंटली हमने अपने TNA में भी इस चीज़ पे डिस्कशन करी थी. Who is sworn in as the latest or the new chief minister of the state of Nagaland, और ये उनकी 5th term भी है. उनकी पिक्चर आप स्क्रीन पर देख पा रहे हैं. I would like all of you and encourage all of you to put down your answers in the comment section. Moving on to the next update. So recently, the Chief Minister for the state of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, she has stated that she is going to launch a scheme for development of rural roads in Singur in Hooghly district. Under the scheme, which is known as Path Shri Rasta Shri scheme, around 12,000 kilometers of roads will be constructed or reconstructed in 29,000 villages of the state. 22 districts are going to benefit from this particular scheme. Now with this, we've come to the international segment. So recently, scientists have found reservoir containing substantial quantities of water on moon. Researchers have discovered water trapped in tiny beads spread across the surface of the moon, according to a study which was published in Nature Geoscience. It is based on sample of the lunar surface brought back by Chinese Change 5 mission. The beads embedded in the surface contain substantial quantity of water, the scientists added. Now the next update in the segment of international news itself is a site which is located in Arizona, United States, and which is sacred to the Hopi Native American nation. It has been awarded a Water and Heritage Shield. by the International Committee on Monuments and Sites International Science Committee. The shield was awarded to the Black Mesa Trust, which is a Hopi grassroots organization. यहाँ पे हमारे लिए ज़रूरी हो जाता है कि we understand what is Hopi. See, essentially, और Hopi site, essentially Hopi जो है ये एक tribal population है, group है, which is a tribal sovereign nation, which is a part of the American nation. Now with this we've come to the legal update segment for today. पहली update जो हमारे पास है, this is coming from the Honorable Apex Court in the case of Shiv Kumar alias Shiva Murthy versus State of Karnataka. The Honorable Apex Court has held that a constitution court can order that the life sentence in a case should run for a minimum term without remission, even where death sentence was not imposed. Even if the case does not fall within the category of rarest of rare cases, a constitutional court can award fixed term life sentence, the Honorable Apex Court noted. Now, the second update for today in the legal segment itself, it is also coming from the Honorable Top Court of India. The Honorable Supreme Court has held that consumer commissions cannot decide complaints involving highly disputed facts, criminal or tortious acts. कंज्यूमर कोर्ट्स के नॉट डिसाइड कंप्लेंट्स जो जिनमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट होगी हाईली डिस्प्यूटेड क्वेश्चन ऑफ फैक्ट्स और केसेस इन्वॉल्विंग टॉर्टियस एक्ट्स और criminality like fraud or cheating. The court reiterated recently. It also added that the concept of deficiency in service under the Consumer Protection Act of 1986, it must be distinguished from criminal or tortious act. This was held by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of the Chairman and Managing Director, City Union Bank Limited and another versus R. Chandra Mohan. And with this, we have come to the editorial for today. So see, the title of this particular editorial is Sedna Succession Case in the High Court of Bombay. So before we proceed with the editorial, this is the structure of it. This is how we are going to have an understanding of it. तो सबसे पहले तो हम समझेंगे कि बोहरा कम्युनिटी है क्या, उसके बाद हम इस पूरे जो ये मुद्दा चल रहा है सक्सेशन का, इसके ब्रीफ ओवरव्यू लेंगे कि व्हाट आर द फैक्ट्स ऑफ इट. उसके बाद थर्डली वी आर गोइंग टू हैव एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ हु ऑल आर द पार्टीज विच आर इन्वॉल्व इन दिस डिस्प्यूट, क्योंकि वो बहुत ज़रूरी है इन ऑर्डर टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस पर्टिकुलर एंटायर केस. एंड उसके बाद हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि एक पर्टिकुलर जो सुप्रीम लीडर होता है बोहरा कम्युनिटी का, उसको चूज़ कैसे किया जाता है, बिकॉज वही रूट मैटर है इस पूरे पर्टिकुलर केस का. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी फॉलोड बाय अ डिस्कशन अराउंड what is the case before the Honorable High Court of Bombay कि actually case की substance क्या है, and this is going to be followed by what are the arguments or contentions which are advanced by the counsel for the petitioners, and this is going to be followed by the case of the defendant, and at the very end we are going to have a look at the parting note of the article. So see, let's understand what is Dawoodi Bohra community. As far as this community is concerned, this is a community of Ismaili Shias जो कि mainly महाराष्ट्र एंड गुजरात में based out है, and this is a wealthy community. काफ़ी substantial इनका number कम है, but it has a substantial amount of wealth generated because ये जो mostly the members which constitute this community, they have been traders, entrepreneurs and business persons. And this community is estimated to have more than 1 million members around the world, around half of whom they live in India. And as far as the seat of the supreme leader, जिसके respect में ये पूरा particular dispute है, वो concerned है, तो वो मुंबई में बैठते हैं. उनकी seat जो है, it is primarily in Mumbai. Now let's understand कि इस पूरे dispute में parties कौन-कौन involved है. तो देखिए, there was a person by the name of Sayyidina Mohammed Burhanuddin. So he was the 52nd Supreme Commander of the Dawoodi Bohra community, and he had a son by the name of Mufdal Shafuddin, and then there's another person by the name of Khuzaima Kutubuddin. Khuzaima Kutubuddin essentially was the half brother of Burhanuddin. तो बुरहानुद्दीन के जो बेटे हैं उनका नाम है मुफदल शफुद्दीन, एंड उनके सौतेले भाई का नाम था खुज़ैमा कुतुबुद्दीन, एंड खुज़ैमा कुतुबुद्दीन का जो बेटे हैं उनका नाम था ताहिर फ़खरुद्दीन कुतुबुद्दीन. सो ये सारी जो है ये पार्टीज़ हमारी इस अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए ज़रूरी है. नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड कि ये डिस्प्यूट है क्या ब्रीफ. देखिए, एसेंशली जब द 52nd सुप्रीम कमांडर जो कि थे सैयदना मोहम्मद बुरहानुद्दीन, उनकी जब डेथ हुई तो उसके बाद उनके जो सन है हु वाज शफुद्दीन, he became the next 53rd लीडर. हावेवर उनकी एक्सेशन के बाद में उनके जो ये सौतेले ब्रदर हैं बुरहानुद्दीन के, हु वाज खुज़ैमा कुतुबुद्दीन, ही फाइल्ड अ पिटिशन बिफोर द हाई कोर्ट ऑफ बॉम्बे। एंड उनका ये कहना था कि ये जो पूरा ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ है, ये जो नेक्स्ट 53rd शफुद्दीन जो सुप्रीम लीडर बने, ये फ्रॉडुलेंट है एंड आई शुड बी द पर्सन हु शुड बी अपॉइंटेड द सुप्रीम लीडर। तो ये उनका पूरा डिस्प्यूट था। अभी इसके रिस्पेक्ट में क्या हुआ, पोस्ट हिज डेथ हिज सन हु इज ताहिर फखरुद्दीन, he also he pleaded himself as the plaintiff in this particular suit, and he stated that I should be considered as the next supreme commander of the particular community. Now with this, let's have an understanding of what's going on. See, the Bombay High Court is nearing the end of the hearing on a protracted legal battle whose outcome will determine whether Sayyidina Mufaddal Shafuddin, जो कि was the son of Burhanuddin, whether he will continue to be the leader of the Dawoodi Bohra community. Justice Gautam S. Patel has been hearing for more than 8 years now a suit that was originally filed by Khuzaima Kutubuddin, जो कि half brother थे of late Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin, who was the 52nd commander, supreme commander of the community. Now Kutubuddin challenged the elevation of Shafuddin, his nephew and the son of Burhanuddin, as the 53rd Supreme Leader post the demise of the 52nd Supreme Leader in January of 2014. And जो final hearing थी, final hearing it is which has been going on before the Honorable High Court of Bombay since November of 2022. It is likely to continue and वो अभी conclude हो ही जाएगी next month में. Now see, let's understand कि ये जो इनका सैयदना है, the Supreme Leader, वो choose कैसे करा जाता है. So see, as far as that is concerned, तो ऐसा कहा गया है कि जो कॉन्फर्मेंट है सक्सेशन का, वो थियोरेटिकली तो बेस्ट ऑफ करा जा सकता है ऑन एनी वन हु इज़ डिजर्विंग मेंबर ऑफ द कम्युनिटी। हावेवर मोस्टली अगर हम प्रैक्टिकली देखें तो जो मेंबर ऑफ द फैमिली है करंट सुप्रीम लीडर के, उन्हीं को चूज़ करा जाता है। तो थियोरेटिकली तो मतलब इट इज़ ओपन टू एनी वन जो कम्युनिटीज़ हैं जो डिजर्विंग है, बट अगर हम प्रैक्टिकली देखें जो रियलिटी में होता है वो दैट इज़ कि जो फैमिली मेंबर है इज़ गिवन दी एलिवेशन एज दी सुप्रीम लीडर। तो thus the 52nd जो supreme leader थे, who was Burhanuddin, he also was elevated post his father's demise, and he was elevated at the age of 19, and he served till the age of 95 when he got a heart attack. Now let's understand what is the case before the Honorable High Court is actually. So in April of 2014, Kutubuddin, he asked the court to restrain Shafuddin from acting as the supreme leader and to rather allow him as the next leader of the community. And he claimed that his nephew, he had taken over the position in a fraudulent manner, and he prayed that he be declared the leader of the community. In order to substantiate his case, he claimed that he was secretly given the conferment by the 52nd supreme leader, and after his death, which he died in the United States in 2016, his son Tahir Fakhruddin Kutubuddin, he became the plaintiff in this particular case, and he also claimed that he was conferred the succession by his father, and he asked the court to declare him the supreme leader. Now let's understand essentially petitioners की arguments क्या थी. So see, Kutubuddin, he told the court that Sayyidina Burhanuddin, who was the 52nd supreme commander, he on the death of his father, he called him to his chambers minutes before he was to seek the oath of allegiance from the community. And the original plaintiff, he claimed, who is Kutubuddin, he claimed that the original plaintiff claimed that his half brother told him that he would appoint him as the second in command, and that certain persons of higher spiritual learning who were present, they understood that along with the title of second in command, he was also given the title of successor, even though the latter was not conveyed in as many terms or words. तो essentially कुतुबुद्दीन का ये कहना था कि जो उनके हाफ ब्रदर हैं, उन्होंने उनको सीक्रेटली ये बोला था, एक सीक्रेसी की तहत ये बताया था और बोला था कि यू आर गोइंग टू बी द नेक्स्ट इन कमांड ऑफ द सुप्रीमेसी when it comes to elevation post me. So according to the original plaintiff, the secret conferment, it was administered prior to December 10 of 1965 when he was publicly pronounced the second in command. And however, the 52nd supreme leader, he had bound him on an oath of secrecy. This was the claim of Kutubuddin, and that it was only after his nephew took over the post that he revealed his conferment, which was in secrecy until now, and he pronounced himself as the rightful 53rd Supreme Leader of the Daudi Bohra community. As far as the advocate representing him is concerned, he argued that the Supreme Leader, it is the conferment of this particular position, it is infallible. एंड क्योंकि वो एक बार ही उन पे कॉन्फर कर दी गई सक्सेसर के द्वारा, तो ये इनफैलिबल है एंड इट कैन नॉट बी ब्रोकन, and it is based on the divine inspiration of the imam in seclusion. The appointment of successor, it cannot be changed or revoked because वो infallible है. Now let's understand कि defendants का क्या take है इस पूरे matter में. So the counsels who are representing the defendant, Saifuddin, they have submitted that the purported conferment of 1965, it lacked witnesses and therefore it could not be accepted. क्योंकि वो secrecy में allegedly करी गई थी, तो इनका कहना है कि कोई witnesses ही नहीं है इसके respect में. And they have also said that on June 4 of 2011, the 52nd Supreme Leader, who was Burhanuddin, the father of the defendant, he conferred the position on his son Saifuddin, the defendant, in the presence of witnesses at the hospital जहाँ पे he was admitted post a heart attack. तो उनका कहना है कि हमारे केस को सब्सटैंशिएट करने के लिए हमारे पास विटनेसेस है, बिकॉज ये जो कॉन्फर्मेंट हुई है टाइटल की, ये विटनेसेस के सामने हुई है एंड 13 विटनेसेस ने डिपोज किया डिफेंडेंट्स की तरफ से, जिनमें डॉक्टर्स भी हैं इंक्लूडेड, सन ग्रैंडसन ऑफ द डिसीज्ड सुप्रीम लीडर वो भी हैं, एंड अदर्स जो कि एक्सपर्टाइज रखते हैं दाऊदी बोहरा डॉक्ट्रीन में, दे आर ऑल्सो वन ऑफ अमंग द विटनेसेस जो 13 ने जिन्होंने डिपोज किया है. एंड डिफेंडेंट हैज़ ऑल्सो प्रेजेंटेड डॉक्यूमेंट टू शो दैट द 52nd सुप्रीम लीडर हैड डिसाइडेड इन 1959 टू अपॉइंट हिज सन एज ए सक्सेसर and had informed close and senior members of the community of his intention. और उन्होंने कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट भी प्रेजेंट किया जो ये शो करता है कि 1969 में डिफेंडेंट के फादर ने पूरी कम्युनिटी के कुछ मेंबर्स के सामने, सीनियर जो मेंबर्स हैं, उनको इन्फॉर्म किया, उनको अपना इंटेंशन के बारे में बताया कि आई इंटेंड टू मेक माई सन एज माई सक्सेसर. Lawyers of the defendant, they have questioned the silence of Qutubuddin, the original plaintiff, about his claim to the post of the Supreme Commander between 2011 and 14, when the 52nd Supreme Commander was alive, and have alleged that he only made the claim as an afterthought following the demise of the 52nd Supreme Leader. और उनका ये कहना है कि why was Qutubuddin, he was silent from the term of 2011 to 2014, जब 52nd Supreme Leader जो थे मोहम्मद बुरहानुद्दीन, जो कि व्हेन ही वाज अलाइव, तो तब आपने ये क्लेम क्यों नहीं किया, एंड ये जो आपका क्लेम है ये एक आफ्टर थॉट है पोस्ट हिज डेथ. सो in any case, according to the defendant, if any conferment of any elevation to the position, it has been conferred on the original plaintiff in 1965, so as per the doctrinal belief of the community, only the last conferment of the supreme command would be valid and it would therefore invalidate the original plaintiff's claim. तो जैसा कि विल में होता है, जो लास्ट एग्जिस्टिंग विल होती है वही मानी जाती है, तो सिमिलरली इनका कहना है कि जो दाऊदी बोहरा कम्युनिटी की डॉक्ट्रिनल बिलीव्स हैं उनके अकॉर्डिंग जो 1965 की अगर इफ़ एट ऑल कोई कॉन्फर्मेंट हुई है सीक्रेटली भी, तो वह नहीं मानी जाएगी, बिकॉज लास्ट सब्सिस्टिंग जो कॉन्फर्मेंट है, जो कि कम्युनिटी के सीनियर मेंबर्स को उनका इंटेंशन भी बताया गया था 52nd सैदना ने खुद को, और उन्होंने पब्लिकली भी जो एक्नॉलेज किया और कॉन्फर्मेंट करी, तो वो ज़्यादा प्रिवेल करेगी. So that's about this editorial. With this, we've come to the end of the TNA for today. If you want to get access to the study material and the TNA slides, which are available for free, I would encourage all of you to join our Telegram channel using the link which is provided in this YouTube video. You can also scan the barcode given here. In case you want to get in touch with LawSikho, these are the point of contacts for the same, and the daily quiz, which is with respect to yesterday's TNA, it is attached for your perusal and consideration in the description of this YouTube video. Kindly attempt the same, and we encourage all of you to do so, because इससे क्या होगा कि your preparation would be strengthened. And also I request all of you to please put your answers in the comment section, and we're going to take names of the 3 students who have given the right answer in less amount of time, and this is our attempt to encourage all of you and to congratulate you and your preparation journey. This is going to help you for sure. So thank you for being with us.